Hello everyone. In this video, I have tried to focus on reasoning type of questions in aromaticity. I have received some number of comments to my email asking for the questions and answers type of discussions in aromaticity. So let us move to the discussions now. Before going to this particular discussion, one must be able to know that or recall the four different conditions for the aromaticity. The first condition, compound must be cyclic and it must obey the conjugation, that is presence of the alternative double bonds presence there, and followed by it must obey a 4n plus 2 pi electrons rule, followed by the compound must maintain a planarity. So unless otherwise the compound said to be a non-aromatic in nature. So we will see the example here, cycloheptatriene and its cationic and anionic form. So in the case, cycloheptatriene is a non-aromatic. Why? Even though it has a cyclic portion and the compound having a 3 alternative double bond, but due to the presence of the sp3 hybridized carbon here, the compound is said to be lost in planarity. So the compound is non-aromatic in nature. Whereas either the cationic portion or anionic portion makes the compound is a planar. So because all the carbon are sp2 in hybridized in nature, in the category of 1,3,5 cycloheptatrienyl cation is an otherwise called as an trophelium ion, obeys cyclic and there is a conjugation and obeys the 4n plus 2 pi electrons rule, and n value is supposed to be 1, gives you a 6 pi electrons here, and compound is entirely planar, so the compound is aromatic. In the case of cycloheptatrienyl anionic portion, you have 3 double bonds and you have one anionic portion here. Anionic portion may consider as a 2 electrons. So totally 8 electrons will come here. So if suppose 8 electrons are here, which may not obey the 4n plus 2 pi electrons rule here. If so, n value is supposed to be 1 means 6 only it comes. So it goes to 8. So it obeys a 4n rule. So n value is supposed to be 2 means 8 electrons. 8 electron count supposed to come here. 2, 4, 6 and 8 electrons. So that this compound is anti-aromatic in nature, and that too this compound is highly unstable. So based on the discussion here, the parent compound is non-aromatic and cationic portion is aromatic and anionic portion is anti-aromatic. And now we see the another example here, the cycloheptadienyl cation and anion and parent compound. So cycloheptadiene, before going to this we need to check the checklist, whether the compound supposed to be cyclic, all are cyclic and all are having a pi conjugation, and it few of them obeys or not the Haeckel's rule or 4n rule, and we should see the planarity. But the planarity nature here, the sp3 hybridized carbon presence here, based on this compound is said to be a non-aromatic in nature. And this is the very important one. Planarity if lost, even though it satisfy any rules and regulation, once the planarity is lost, the compound is said to be non-aromatic in nature only. And according to the predictions, apart from the 4n plus 2 pi electron rule, and predictions is also there for the aromatic compounds. So A equal to pi b. Pi b means within the ring how many number of double bonds are present, and electron pair, EP means electron pair. Electron pair is outside the ring how many electron pairs are present. Plus 1 gives you the, whether it may be odd number gives you an anti-aromatic, or if even number comes it is an aromatic. So accordingly the cyclopentadienyl cation gives you here pi b is 2 pi bonds here, pi bond is 2 pi bonds are there, so value is 2 here. And cationic portion may not be considered as an electron pair, so that 0, and one increment gives you 2 plus 1 3 gives you odd number, so odd number comes, so the compound is anti-aromatic. Whereas in this case of cyclopentadienyl anion gives you a 2 double bonds are present inside, so number 2 here given, and one electron pair here, that can be considered for number 1 here, and one increment gives you 2 plus 1 plus 1 gives you 4, so even number, so that the compound is aromatic in nature. And in the next category, cyclopropene, cyclopropenyl anion, cyclopropenyl cation. So both the category, you need to once again check the checklist. Always please keep remember that any compound is given for the examination purpose. First you should verify that or ensure that whether the 4 rules it is satisfying or not. So first to find out the cyclic rule everybody is following, and conjugation is may not be available, and the compound is planarity is lost in the parent compound, that is cyclopropene is parent compound is your sp3 hybridized carbon, so that any number of predictions may not be possible here because the planarity is lost, so the compound is non-aromatic. Whereas in the case of anti-aromatic compound, so the electronic portions that is your anionic portion here may consider as an electron pair. So one double bond, one electron pair, and plus 1 gives you 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3 odd number, so that it is an anti-aromatic in nature. Whereas in the case of our cyclopropenyl cation, cationic portion may not be considered as an electron pair, so that one double bond, 0 because cationic portion, and plus 1 gives you 1 plus 1 2, so that you have your even number. And if you are considering about the full cyclic ring, it 3-member ring, the n value is supposed to be 0, so that it is not considered as a complete ring. It goes to the above the number of 3, we may consider as number 1 and 2, like that it goes on. So n value equal to 0 means 4, so that total value is 0, so 2 pi electrons only, that one double bond is equal to 2 pi electrons. So as a whole, what we come across here, for any among our discussion, the 7-member ring or 5-member ring or 3-member ring, the parent compound said to be due to the presence of sp3 hybridized carbon, the compound is non-aromatic in nature. Now we will see the another example that using the pherol. So most of the examinations, competitive examinations, the questions may ask like this: compare the aromaticity of pherol and is protonated pherol. So pherol on protonation will give you your pherol is an weak base, we know, and the weak base, the value 13.6, pKb value is 13.6. Upon protonation, the compound is N-protonated pherol forms as a strong acid, pKa value is 0.4. And what the things is here, upon protonation, which breaks the aromaticity. So as a whole, while comparing with your pherol here, 2 double bonds present and there is a lone pair of electron, makes the entire thing is in conjugation, there is a cyclic conjugation obeys the 4n plus 2 pi electrons, so pherol is aromatic. But whereas the protonation will lead to the lone pair of electrons over the nitrogen, here it makes the compound to sp3 hybridized nitrogen. See, like how sp3 hybridized carbon, here sp3 hybridized nitrogen is coming over here. Based on the sp3 hybridized portion, anywhere it comes in aromaticity, makes the compound to be a non-aromatic in nature. So pherol is an aromatic and protonated portion of the pherol is non-aromatic. Now we will see the anti-aromatic compounds, few compounds in this portion, and cyclic compounds I have given in this portion and acyclic compound in the other portion. We will see that cycloprop2enone. So in this category, even though it has a cyclic portion having some double bond, and C double bond O is here, for make you to confuse, C double bond O may not be considered as a conjugation. Conjugation point of view, we must consider carbon-carbon double bond only. So if C double bond O is there, it is not considered as an carbon-carbon bond. Hence, the exocyclic bond may not be considered as an our point of interest here. So that this particular cycloprop2enone is a non-aromatic in nature. Similarly, while comparing with your benzene, we can have your another cyclic compound, cyclohexene here. Cyclohexene, see, if suppose there is a only one sp3 hybridized carbon is there, the compound is said to be non-aromatic. But here the loss of 2 more double bonds may be present, may be called as an benzene. So a cyclohexene is a non-aromatic due to the planarity rule. Planarity is lost here. Similarly, one can able to view that for comparing with your tetrahydrofuran with your furan. If suppose this is a furan is there, furan must have a double bond here, double bond here, and over there is a lone pair of electron. Make the, if suppose if the compound is supposed to be a furan, in the case there is a presence of double bond here and double bond here. So the two double bond make the compound to be a aromatic. Whereas the absence of the two double bond, the compound is said to be a tetrahydrofuran. So that it lost the planarity rule here. Once the planarity rule is lost, the compound is non-aromatic in nature. Similarly, we can able to view that this compound is as similar to the profilium ion, cycloheptatrienal cation. So due to the absence of the sigma bond here, presence of the sigma bond is absent here, so that the compound is acyclic in nature. So the cyclic rule is absent here. So among which one can able to remember or recall that if any one compound is fails to satisfy any one of the rules among the four what we already discussed, the compound is said to be non-aromatic. Similarly, this compound 1, 3, 5 often has a discussion with benzene. So this sigma bond is present here, the compound said to be a benzene. Whereas the absence of this sigma bond makes the compound is 1, 3, 5 hexatriene is an cyclic rule is absent, so the compound is non-aromatic. Similarly, here also a cyclic rule is absent here, and the compound is acyclic in nature. Okay, thanks for watching this video. If it is find useful, like it, subscribe it and share it among your friends, and thanks for watching here.